Rope Walker Radio, KNTR country show. Play some old records from a long time ago. Maybe learn a little something that you didn't know. Tune into the tunes that make you tap your toe. Plant a family tree and you can watch it grow. Absolutely all the oldie audio is your Rope Walker Radio. Rope Walker Radio. Howdy and welcome to the Rope Walker Radio Show. We're coming to you, as always, from the KNTR studios in beautiful downtown Corsicana, Texas. Today we got a nice little show for you, a show about families. You know, some families are good at sports, and some families are good at business. Some families are good at politics and getting elected to public office. We're going to talk about a family who was good at writing songs and playing songs and getting those songs on the radio, getting those songs stuck in your head and getting those songs moving up the charts in the Billboard singles. We're going to talk about the Seals family from West Texas, so stick around. Rope Walker Radio. This morning it's going to be just like a little class from Walker University. So get out your pencils and your notebooks and take notes, or just doodle around like you usually do. Fred and Cora Seals moved from Tennessee to Desdemona, Texas in 1919. Well, Fred came first, looking for work in the oil fields, and soon he sent for Cora and their young son Wayland. Cora and Fred could play the banjo and about any other stringed instrument they could get their hands on. And when the time came, Fred taught Wayland how to play the guitar. Father and son were soon working together in the oil fields. They worked hard all day and they played music all night long on the porch. Wayland was a natural. When he got a little older, he was playing with Tex Collins. He had his own little outfit called the Oil Patch Boys. Wayland's band played with Ernest Tubb and Bob Wills when they came through the area. This is a song Wayland recorded in 1957. The hard-working, hard-playing family man in the song, I'll Walk Out.
I'll walk out if you don't love me. I don't want to break your heart. There was always something missing in our love right from the start. Now I know you found another
Wayland got married. He had his first son, Eddie Ray, and they soon moved from Eastland County to Pecos County in the town of Iran. Wayland's young wife, Eddie Ray's mother, died when he was just a little boy. He moved in with his mother's family, and they raised him from there on out. Wayland remarried, and soon he had another son. His son, Jimmy Eugene, was born in 1942. Eddie Ray has his own little branch on the Seals family tree. But first we're going to talk about Jimmy Eugene. He was a natural musician, and he learned to play the fiddle quite early. He played with his father and other little combos around the Iran area. In 1952, when Jimmy was just 9 years old, he won the state fiddling contest up the road here in Athens, Texas. That same year, his father won the guitar picking contest, and they both went home to Iran state champions. When he got a little older, Jimmy discovered rock and roll and the saxophone. Now he was playing in rock and roll bands, and he was good. He was discovered by Gene Autry, who got him an audition with the band The Champs of Tequila fame. With the Champs, Jimmy was on tour and on his way. Also in the Champs was another player called Dash Crofts. Dash and Jimmy became friends, and in quieter moments after gigs or while traveling, they both rediscovered their love of acoustic music. In 1969, the duo, now living on the West Coast, released their first album. They created a little sensation and gained a little following, but it wasn't until 1972 and the release of this next single that Seals and Crofts became a household name. This next song is from Burt Sugarman's Midnight Special from 1973. Seals and Crofts playing their hit, Summer Breeze.
See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. Little light is shining through the window, lets me know everything's alright. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. See the paper laying on the sidewalk, little music from the house next door. So I walked on up to the doorstep, through the screen and across the floor. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Sweet days of summer, the jasmine's in bloom. July is dressed up and playing her tune. I come home from a hard day's work, and you're waiting there like a cat in the world. See the smile awaiting in the kitchen, who's cooking in the plates for two. Feel arms that reach out to hold me in the evening when the day is through. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind.
my Seals and Crofts hat. Seals and Crofts followed up the song Summer Breeze with a number of good albums and quite a few charted singles. This family tree follows the growth of the Seals family over time. But instead of many grandkids and great-grandkids, the foliage on this tree is made up of hit songs and chart singles. Seals and Crofts had more than a few, but these are the ones you'll remember. You'll also remember Eddie Ray, Waylon's first son. Eddie Ray was a flat picker, a guitar player. Eventually he teamed up with Joe Grant, and the duo Eddie and Joe put out several albums and toured across the United States for decades. In 1948, Danny Waylon Seals joined the family. Another gifted musician, he started playing the stand-up bass before he could reach the top of the neck. He used to stand on a box in those days, and he still have to jump to reach those notes up at the top. He started playing around the area with his father and his older brother. But when Danny was only 10, the family split. His mother, Susan, left Waylon and headed to Dallas, taking Danny with her. And that's where Danny was raised. In the big city and in the mid-60s was where Danny discovered the bands of the British invasion, and especially the Beatles. Danny loved the Beatles and started to affect a British accent. Soon he acquired the nickname England Dan. He went to W.W. Samuel High School, as did John Coley. John and Dan started making music together, and to make a long story short, they eventually ended up on the West Coast with Dan's big brother Jim, and they formed a duo, England Dan and John Ford Coley. Soon they were running songs up the charts just like Seals and Crofts, and adding singles to that family tree. England Dan and John Ford Coley sort of epitomized the mid-1970s AM radio sound. But by the 1980s, musical styles had changed. England Dan dropped his nickname and started playing country music, the country music of his West Texas upbringing. His early outings didn't draw that much attention, but it didn't take long before he was adding country music singles to the charts, and a lot of them. As you can see, that's quite a tree, and growing. But the Seals family was bigger than just Waylon and his boys, and by the time you add in the tree shoots of musical cousins in the Seals clan, it gets downright bushy. Johnny Duncan was a cousin of Jim and Dan. He had a long string of country singles and a long career in country music. Troy Seals was a songwriter. He put out a couple of albums of his own in the early 1970s, but he wrote some pretty good songs for performers from Eric Clapton to Nancy Sinatra, Elvis, and George Jones. Big songs like Who's Gonna Fill Their Shoes, Lost in the 50s Tonight, and Seven Spanish Angels. Brady Seals is a cousin to the boys and a nephew to Troy. He was in the band Little Texas, and he co-wrote another string of hits with that band. Look at that. Look at that. Fred and Corey'd be proud. Our last song today is one by Dan Seals. It's from a 1991 live performance. A couple of things I want you to look for. How much Dan looks like his father, Waylon. And also, how he plays a 12-string acoustic guitar, left-handed and upside down. This is a song that Dan wrote with Bob McDill. He says it's one of his favorites, one of my favorites too. It's called Everything That Glitters Is Not Gold.
Saw your picture on the poster
in a cafe out in Phoenix. Here's you're still the sweetheart of the rodeo. As for me and little Casey, we still make the circuit in a one-horse trailer and a mobile home. And she still asks about you all the time, and I guess we never even cross your mind. But oh, sometimes I think about you and the way you used to ride out in your rhinestones and your sequins, with the sunlight on your hair. And oh, the crowd will always love you. But as for me, I've come to know everything that glitters is not gold. Well, old Red, he's getting older, and last Saturday he stumbled. But you know I just can't bear to let him go. Little Casey, she's still growing, and she started asking questions. And there's certain things a man just doesn't know. Her birthday came and he never even called. I guess we never crossed your mind at all. But then sometimes I think about you and the way you used to ride down in your rhinestones and your sequins, with the sunlight on your hair. And oh, the crowd will always love you. But as for me, I've come to know everything that glitters is not gold. Everybody said you'd make it big someday, and I guess that we were only in your way. But someday I'm sure you're gonna know the cost. 'Cause for everything you win, there's something lost. Within sometimes I think about you and the way you used to ride down in your rhinestones and your sequins, with the sunlight on your hair. And oh, the crowd will always love you. As for me, I've come to know everything glitters is not gold. Oh, everything glitters is not gold.
Well, that's quite a family tree. Tennessee roots, gone deep in rich Texas musical soil. Hard work in the oil field, hard work in the music business, brought about a lot of great songs and a lot of great memories. That's about all the time we have for today, but I hope you'll join us for the next big show. More good tunes and more good times. Well, I hope you had some fun, but now it's time to go. Take it easy, friend, remember, take it slow. See you later on the next big show. That's your Rope Walker Radio. Rope Walker Radio. Adios.
A new song playing called the Old Patch Blues. Oh, me, oh, my. It's the Old Patch Blues. I'm telling you, baby, they're rocking to the Old Patch Blues. With the double beat, the rhythm, and a rockabilly tune. It's sweeping the country like a wild.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to